Hi guys, join me today for a quick workout using your Pilates ball. We're going to do a bit of full body and we're going to get it done relatively quickly. So let's start with the ball in between our knees and lying down on your mat. If you don't have a ball, you can use a rolled up towel. You can even use a yoga block for most of what we're going to be doing. Let's start feet flat, knees bent, ball just above the knees. Take a deep breath in and let's just melt into the mat first. So I want you to let your body relax. Open your shoulders to the ceiling. Just allow your bones to settle into the mat. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Just let everything go. Just find yourself centered on the mat. Take another inhale and exhale. We have one more breath like this before we move. Big inhale and exhale. Now breathe in, preparing to move. On your exhale, I want you to roll your low back to the mat. We're going to articulate your hips up into our first bridge of the day. So depending on how your body's feeling, maybe your hips get as high as we want, maybe not. Let's roll down with control. And again, we're going to exhale. Use your abdominals to roll your low back to the mat. Lift your hips up, squeeze your seat. Inhale, melt down from your collarbone. We'll do a few more. Exhale. Don't feel like you have to match my pace. I'm much more concerned that you focus on your breathing. So make sure that you're breathing. Every exhale, we're lifting up. And every inhale, you're melting down through your spine. Just warming everything up. Let's do 3 more. Exhale, we lift. Inhale, we're melting down. Last 2. Hopefully you can feel your glutes engage at the top. Inhale, roll down. Last one here, we're going to hold it. So roll yourself up. Hold it if you can. You can come down whenever you need to. We're going to pulse into the ball, slow and controlled. We're going for 1. And we're just going to keep pulsing. So as you're pulsing, I want you to squeeze your seat. Really stand into your feet. Press your triceps down into the mat. Let's do 2 more. And then inhale, melt your spine down, bone by bone, vertebra by vertebra. We're going right back up. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll your low back to the mat. We're lifting up into the bridge. Hold it here. Now we're going to lift the heels up and push the heels down. Slow and controlled. And push. Lift and push. Don't let go of your glutes. Try to make sure that our hips don't go to the left or the right. Hips nice and even. Last 3 and 2. Last one here. Melt your spine down with control. Excellent job. Let's go up one more time. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, roll the low back to the mat. Let your hips lead the way. Holding it here, we're going to lower the hips halfway down and lift right back up. Inhale, we lower. Exhale, we lift. Exhale. Good. As you go down, try not to arch your back. If you feel your low back bothering you, check and make sure that we're not arching to go down. Last one here. We lift up, we hold, and then melt down. All right, let's switch it up. Take your ball. You're going to take it and place it right just about behind your shoulder blades. And I am in the city, so if you hear some background noise, if you hear some sirens wailing, this is why. Take your hands behind your head, and we're going to take a big breath in as you open up, and we're just going to hold it here. So I like to start by just like letting your body go and just relaxing, seeing where you are in space. Let's take a deep breath in. Shift your weight to the left, and then pull yourself back to center. Now shift your weight to the right and pull yourself back to center. Find your absolute center. Make sure we're not wobbling on the ball. Take an inhale. Exhale, engage your abdominals and lift yourself up. Inhale, we're going over. And exhale, abdominals engage first, and then we lift. So if we're doing this properly, your neck should not hurt you. It shouldn't feel like you're wrenching yourself out. Your low back should not hurt you. If either of those things is not true, if your low back is bothering you, if your neck is hurting you, I want you to check the position of the ball. If the ball is too low or too high, you might experience a little discomfort. Last one here, or last one like this, I should say, because we're just going right into a variation. So we're going to inhale over. Can you exhale, lift, and take your right leg up to tabletop, toes pointed? Inhale, leg and chest go down. Exhale, we're switching sides. And inhale, lower. Keep switching. So what I like to check for here is, do my hips rock from side to side when I switch? Hopefully not. Hopefully we're able to keep the back of the hips nice and level. Even weight through both hips. Make sure you are connecting your abdominals before you start to lift up. I lose count. I'm a Pilates instructor. I don't know that we are taught to count. We're taught a lot of things, but I don't think counting was one of them. Let's call this the last one. Let's take it down with control. Breathe in. We're going right back up. On your exhale, engage your abdominals to lift. Hold it here. We're going to lower, or rather lift both legs up and join your legs together. We're going to inhale, go over. That was pretty wobbly. Exhale, come up. Well, that's the challenge of using the ball, right? To check our stability, to challenge our balance and our stability. Inhale, over. Exhale, connect to lift. I'm getting the verbal shakes. You can hear my voice shaking a little with the abdominal effort required here. We'll do 3 more. And I have a nice little surprise for you at the last one. Last one here. Exhale, we lift. Hold it here. I'm going to inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. If you're feeling this a lot in your hip flexors, I want you to try to engage your core more. It should be exhale, abdominals pull down before the leg comes up. Make sure that you're using that abdominal connection. We'll do 1 more each. Last one here. We're going to take the legs down one at a time. Take yourself over. Enjoy the stretch. Let your shoulders go. Big breath in. And we're going to exhale. Come all the way up. Let's flip it over onto our stomach. So let's take the ball. I want you to take it underneath your hands. Let's extend the arms. So a ton of flexion. Now we're going to go work through some extension. Ball should be underneath your palms. Take a breath in at the bottom. On your exhale, you're just going to lift your belly button up just a little bit away from the floor. Keep that core connected. On your next inhale, I want you to lift your chest, reaching the ribs, reaching the heart for the ball. Reach as far forward as you can. Hold it here and let's just check your form. So what I see clients do sometimes is they'll lift their chin to get more extension. I don't want you to do that. I want you to think about lifting your rib cage. Lifting your rib cage, lifting your heart, and reaching those for the ball. And then we're going to exhale and come down. Inhale, start your lift by lifting your heart, lifting your ribs. You can press down into the ball for assistance. And then exhale, come down. I love working through extension. My back was one of the weakest parts of my body when I used to work in an office. And so the ability to exercise the muscles in my back is not something that I take for granted. Last one here. Well, last one like this. We're going to switch it. Take yourself down. On our next inhale, we're going to lift the legs as you lift your chest. Still reaching. Exhale to go down. We don't have to lift up very high to work through the back chain of your body. Now, if you feel your low back working and exercising, I'm fine with that because it is. If you feel your low back crunching and cramping, that's a different story. Then I want you to take a break and I want you to give yourself a rest in your child's pose. Last two. Inhale, we lift. Lowering with the exhale. Last one here. We're going to hold, and I want you to flutter your legs and keep breathing. Think about lifting the back of your thighs to the ceiling. Check in with your shoulders. See if they're still away from your ears. We didn't hike up and slouch down. Push into the ball. Shoulders draw down. Legs lifting, thighs up toward the ceiling. And lower everything down, everything down. Release your ball. And, well, you don't have to release it. Let's hold on to it. As we sink into a child's pose, we can use it to get a little extra stretch here. Take a big breath in. Exhale, roll yourself up. Take your ball with you. We're going to flip right back around and go into our half roll backs. Take the ball in between your knees. Use your hands on the back of your thighs to sit up nice and tall. We're looking for a really tall spine. It's like you're sitting up against a wall. That's what I'd like you to think about. Breathe in here at the top. On your exhale, scoop your belly. So I'm scooping my low belly away from the ball. And I'm just coming back right here. Now, how do you know how far to go back? Let's come up and check. Let's come up. So if you're sitting up nice and tall, you should feel like you're sitting on top of the two bony points in your butt. Those are your sits bones. We're going to try to roll back until you're just off of your sits bones. It's not that far. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, scoop your abdominals, roll back right there. I'm off my sits bones just. My neck is not cramping or straining. I'm using my core to hold me here. If you feel your neck cramping, you've probably gone back too far, or you're just forgetting about your core, and that's what's holding you up. On your exhale, we're coming all the way up. Breathe in and exhale, scoop and round. Inhale, hold. And exhale, curl deeper to come up. Last two before we switch it up and do a variation. Inhale, last one. Exhale, we're going to challenge this. You don't have to. You never have to take the challenge. If you can, we're reaching arms up and we're going to inhale 1 inch back, exhale 1 inch up. Breathe in 1 inch, exhale 1 inch. And exhale, scoop 1 inch. And scoop 1 inch. We'll do 5 and 4, 3, 2, last one, all the way up with control. Sit up nice and tall. We're going right back. Take an inhale, not done yet. On your exhale, scoop and round. If you're taking the challenge, come with me. Arms reach. And then we're going to inhale, rotate off to one side. Exhale, all the way over to the opposite side. Breathe in to rotate to one side. Exhale, rotate, rotate, rotate. So as I twist, I'm not twisting my hips. I don't want my low back involved here. I'm thinking about twisting my rib cage. Last two each. Inhale and exhale. Reach, reach, reach. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Reach, reach, reach. Let's come center. Breathe in, hold. Exhale, scoop and round all the way up. Let's flip over to the side. So we are going to use the ball as a little bit of a tactile stimulation, let's call it. A little bit of a tactile reminder of where our obliques should be. Now, If the ball feels awkward or weird here, don't use it. Take it away. It's fine. I like it here because it helps me remember to not sink down into it. So actually, let's start sink down. Let's start in the wrong position. Now lift yourself out of that position. We're using so much of your shoulder work, so make sure that your elbow is under your shoulder, help hold you there. The challenge is, can we move without sinking back into the ball? Let's see. You can do whatever you like with this top hand. You may want to start with it here. You can always progress and take your hand behind your head if you like. Let's start with it here. I'm going to lift my top leg and reach it out. Flex the heel. Inhale, kick forward twice. Exhale, point the toes and draw back. And inhale, kick forward twice. And exhale, draw back. Now, I'm trying my best to keep the ball as still as I possibly can. Inhale, kick, kick, and exhale. Last 3. And 2. Last one here. Hold. Let's lower down, and we're going to lift up. Again, I'm trying not to collapse as I lift the leg. So none of that. Stay lifted. Last 3. And 2. Last one here. Hold your leg there. Flex the heel. Circles. And again, with the hand, we can be here. If you want a challenge for balance, you're right here. Let's reverse the circles. And let's take it down and in. Press yourself up. Let's do the other side. No stretch yet. I was going to, but no. We're going to take the ball underneath your obliques. Lay right back down. Find your shoulder over the elbow. Open the shoulder. Try not to roll forward. And again, we're going to start. Let's collapse it. Let's collapse. Now let's lift that back up. Feels good to lift. Keep the shoulder open. Hand here for balance. We're going to extend. Kick forward. Breathe in. Exhale, pull back. Inhale and exhale, pull. As you pull back, you should feel your glute engage right there. Your top glute working to not push the ball forward and lose your core stability as you kick. I think we have 2 more. Not a great counter again. Last one. Hold here. We're going to inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Remember, it's not about how high you can lift. It's about how high you can lift without losing your stability. Pilates is a lot of what can I move while keeping something else really still. Last 2. And 1 here. Flex the heel, circles. Yes, before we had our hand for balance, and reverse the circle. We're going to bring that in. Let's go into a little mermaid. Your hips probably got a little tight there, so we'll use the ball to help us out. We're going to reach up, up, up. Can I go over while keeping my hip right where it is? Inhale over. And exhale, we're going to lift and take a little counter stretch. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, over. Breathe in here. And exhale, lift and counter stretch. 1 more. Inhale, reach. Over. Exhale. Breathe in, hold. Exhale, lift. And we counter stretch. Let's switch sides. Ball goes in the opposite hand. Inhale, we reach up. Exhale, we reach over. Breathe in. Exhale, we're lifting up. And breathe into your counter stretch. Exhale, breathe in here. Exhale, over. Inhale into your ribs. Exhale, up. Breathe in here. And we're centered. 1 more. Inhale to reach. Exhale, over, over, over. Breathe in. Exhale to lift up. Excellent job. And we are done that fast, that fast. So we really worked our lower chain. We worked our flexion, our extension, shoulder stability work in there, and a little bit of rotation with our mermaid. So I hope you have a great day and come see me again. Enjoy.